Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now, my question of today is: if you could pick one coin that you would have to hold for the next 5 years, which coin would it be and why? Put that in the comment section down below because I'm really interested to see what coin you guys would pick. Now, today has been a day with a ton of diversified crypto news. A lot of really big things happened, and to start it off, KPMG launched Chain Fusion, a suite of analytic tools that help financial institutions manage crypto assets. The service combines data from blockchains and regular financial systems for businesses, risk and compliance objectives, and it will help companies prove that they own crypto, operate multi-signature wallets, and monitor transactions. So I've told you guys earlier about why this is such a big thing for all these bigger companies to hop into the crypto space and custodial spaces and whatnot. And KPMG is one of the big 4 professional service companies. And yes, it's pretty damn good to see that they have started to at least hop into it a little bit further so we can all be happy with it. And to help with multi-sig wallets helps, of course, for safeguarding the money, tracking cryptocurrency they own. It's always beautiful and good, and monitor transactions, giving clarity. Bitcoin flipping one crucial level into support could spark a wild bull trend. Bitcoin has been able to maintain the gains it posted yesterday after it saw a sharp rally that led it up to highs of $9,800 from its recent lows of $9,200. This movement was unexpected and certainly boosted the crypto's bull case. That being said, Bitcoin still remains firmly within its long-held trading range, and whether or not it is able to sustain this momentum may be dependent on if it's able to flip a crucial level into support. A confirmation of this previous resistance level becoming support could be enough to spark a wild bull trend, according to analysts. So again, that's something that is to be seen. I've told you guys before, $10,000 is the big mark that we're all going to have to really watch out for and kind of wait for. The rest, I'm not really too worried about. And even the downside, it doesn't matter too much because it's just temporary. It's just for right now. I don't think it really matters. Chainlink comes close to new all-time high after 11% rally. Will it tank like Compound Comp? Well, Chainlink popped 11% today. Yeah, but is it because of greedy buyers or what? Well, China adds more fuel to the fire, and beware of a compound-style plunge. And that's basically stating here, the most recent spike came after China's blockchain services network made an announcement about integrating Chainlink's Oracle network. With the help of this collaboration, the government-backed blockchain platform, which was launched back in October 2019, wants to implement its ambitious plan to create the Internet of Blockchains. And according to BSN co-founder Yifan He, they will introduce a working demo of its cross-chain services powered by Chainlink this September. To quote, "This collaboration with Chainlink, Irrita, and SNZ Pool will help us achieve this goal and ensure that BSN users reach new levels of security, reliability, and interconnectivity." However, they are also warning for a very big fall-off like what happened with Compound, which is a crypto we covered on the channel a couple of days ago because of its fears fall. And it's not even in this list, possibly. I don't know exactly where it is. 24 here. It took a very, very sharp fall the last couple of days, and people are just bewaring you right now for such an endeavor as well. You can see here fell ridiculously far, $350 almost to about $250 in the last day. And on the week, the highest point was $370. So that's a pretty big dump to pop on your head like that. And we're, again, warning everybody for that. Chainlink nearly hits all-time high with 15% price surge. Chainlink is now trading for its highest price since early March, when the crypto high an all-time high of $4.90 per coin. Well, again, we're really close to all-time high for Chainlink once more, and it's a coin I'm not holding enough of. I have just noticed time upon time again. It's just a coin that performs so extremely well when other coins are just not really doing anything or performing normally. And, you know, I still regret it to this day that I didn't get into it as early as I wanted to. Or, well, I kind of misread that or mispronounced or misworded it. I should have said I kind of regret not getting into it more than I did. Because I think the first time I knew about it, I instantly put in maybe $100 or something like that, for example. But, you know, I don't think I've really invested much more into Chainlink ever. However, noticing that even if I put in $100 at this time, you know, it's still a good return on investment, looking at it like that. So, yeah. But I'm normally not that involved with Chainlink, to be completely honest. Last couple of days, I've been hearing a lot of people say that Chainlink could do some extreme numbers in the future, and I also believe that the community is pretty damn tight, with a lot of people being really supportive of it. But I think it's still an open thing for me where I just need to explore it a little bit more. I just noticed Chainlink has 2,000 likes on this website. XRP has 12,000. Let's see, another community like ADA, it has 7,500. Let's see, VeChain, just for comparison here. Where is VeChain at? Here, 26. It has 2,000 as well. So, yeah, the community is most likely pretty damn strong. Because, I mean, Compound has 30 likes. But not that big because it still doesn't beat VeChain. And it's on the 12th spot. It beats OKB, though. And it beats a lot of other coins which nobody really loves. And the community is not that good for. Let's see what BNB has in terms of likes. 3,500, so that one is a little bit more loved. PayPal may start selling crypto directly, which would change everything. Now, this, of course, was the biggest subject of yesterday. Everybody was going crazy and berserk about it because, well, PayPal offering to buy and sell crypto would be a pretty big deal. I mean, it's pretty logical to anybody watching the videos or thinking about it, because it would allow tons of people to buy and sell crypto, which would also mean a lot more people would just buy it for the sake of buying it. And right now it's pretty damn difficult and annoying to get your hands on crypto and to hold it and everything. But if PayPal were to hop in, I think it would make everything a lot simpler and would make a lot of people just hop on for the fun of it. The Ripple drop, driving innovation, collaboration, and productivity during CV19 and beyond. So checking through this, again, it has been a pretty interesting drop, and one thing they stated was digital payments will win. Digital payments are playing an increasingly critical role as consumer behavior shifts towards a contactless medium of exchange. Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, explains why digital-first industry players are poised to strongly step into a post-CV world. And in global payments, this digital process enables people to send money to loved ones around the world instantly, a greater need, now more than ever, says Garlinghouse. Several public companies, including Western Union and MoneyGram, are seeing an increase in digital payments as much as 40%, and Ripple customers specifically are seeing the immediate benefits of RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service and alleviating volatility challenges caused by pre-funding international accounts by leveraging the digital asset XRP, freeing up capital and guaranteeing the most competitive rates. What's more, central banks are considering the benefits of digital currency as a way to distribute and track government assistance. The XP Ledger supports remote teams. Well, again, that's pretty obvious, I would say. But Ripple CTO and host of Ripple's new Block Stars podcast, David Schwartz, discusses how the inherent decentralization benefits of the XRP Ledger make it uniquely positioned for today's increasing remote workforce. Now, one thing I've noticed with Ripple as well is they haven't really put, I guess, too much emphasis on that ever, the thought about that, but I also think it's really too important. However, supposedly, they're really supportive of it. I've heard from one of my friends. But here's a quote. The XRPL is a free, open source, and decentralized technology, meaning anyone can develop on and use it. This nature allows today's increasing remote workforce to download and run an XRP Ledger validator from anywhere, says Schwartz. To make contributing to the XRP ledger even more simple and more collaborative, Spring, Ripple's developer arm, provides tools for developers who are building on the core ledger. And last but not least, adapting to the new reality together. It's basically, again, that everybody's coming together now to support each other and to support customers during this very, very heavy CV19 time. And yeah, it's pretty damn good to see, guys. To be completely honest, they're putting their best efforts in to help everybody out. But it's also kind of difficult because, well, even though they're saying they're helping out, I really don't know exactly what they're doing or what type of help they're giving. However, if they say they are, I'm just going to assume that they really are, because most companies won't even take the time to put that they're helping right now in this very crisis time. Jim Rogers discusses Bitcoin as money and why governments will stop crypto. So a fun theory we had yesterday over on the channel is that governments, for example, the US government, will do everything in their might to stop Bitcoin. Like, for example, get a nuclear-ish type of plant to just fully go ahead and mine Bitcoin. And I asked you guys what you thought about it. And by the way, if you are enjoying these daily crypto videos, do support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. But yeah, I asked you guys what you thought about it. If, for example, Donald Trump were to go in right now and say, hey, we want all the money. We want all the Bitcoin. We want all the other coins that are proof of work. Or, you know, we're going to run a ton of validators on some other networks. And what would happen if they really decided to take control of a lot of this stuff by force, by just pumping billions, if not trillions of dollars into these systems? Yeah, I don't know what would happen theoretically. Maybe my blockchain knowledge is not sufficient enough. But really, what if they were to put in all their effort into creating a better, for example, than ASIC miner? And we're talking about trillions of dollars. For example, $1 trillion right now being put into research for a new ASIC type of miner. And just a full freaking American force with all their freaking technology and computers trying to get Bitcoin to control it and some other coins. What then? You know, what if Trump really wanted to go for something like that to make sure America is in control? Yeah, what would happen if they wanted all the money? Good question. But he's also discussing Bitcoin as money. A very big talk the last couple of days has also been of whether or not Bitcoin is fiat. And Jim Rogers here, to quote, said, "The government wants to know everything. Controllable electronic money will survive, and virtual currencies beyond the influence of the government will be eliminated." Where he has a pretty solid point that governments do not like this type of stuff because, well, they don't have control over it. They would rather have CBDCs, where it's, you know, central bank currencies, which can be controlled. But Bitcoin, it's pretty foreign to them and non-controllable. Unless they pull a crazy stunt like I just explained. Social money startup inks deal with rapper Jerul releases song with Lil B. Well, I just wanted to say that it's not always a good thing when influencers or rappers or things like that decide to hop onto crypto to promote things, because it's not always a very good thing, or it's not always very influential, it's not always useful. So I just noticed on Instagram here they really are making a very big fun out of Jerul for getting another partnership going on. And I don't know much of the rest of what is going on because, well, who cares? But he's talking about crypto a lot in the song. Yeah, pretty cringe, pretty damn annoying. Bitcoin to roar higher on PayPal selling Bitcoin. Time to buy the rumor. Well, I don't know too much about that. I don't know if Bitcoin can really go further than we just kind of witnessed. Maybe yesterday was a little bit of the PayPal hype, but today, I don't know if we'll see anything like that happening anymore. It's kind of over, I think, unless some real words from PayPal come out. But since they don't want to claim anything, they don't want to contact, I don't think so. Bitcoin name and logo registered with Spanish Patent and Trademark Office. Just something pretty funny I just noticed here, that in Spain, they're just claiming that trademark for Bitcoin. Is that not pretty funny that that's possible? I don't know how you could stop it really, but still, it's kind of funny, right? Or am I crazy? I think it's kind of cool. And also, XRP's Falling Wedge on the daily could resolve by Q3 of 2020. XRP's fortunes in the crypto markets have experienced stagnation since early April. In brief, XRP has been in a phase of consolidation since early April 2020. In the same time period, 18 to 17 cents has proven as a strong support zone for XRP. And XRP has been on a falling wedge pattern since September of 2018, and the wedge could resolve in the third quarter of 2020. So again, I'm pretty excited to see what is going to be brought to life in the next quarter, because I mean, this quarter, I guess the first two here have not been too interesting, at least not as interesting as a lot of us would have expected it to be, if I'm, if I can be so rude to say. However, PayID might actually have a little bit more of an effect on, I guess, crypto as a whole rather than XRP specific. However, here comes let me rephrase that. I think PayID is not going to do that much for XRP, more so for crypto as a whole. But here they're stating the PayID factor for XRP. Last week, of course, they announced a coalition and yada, yada, yada about PayID. And the CTO, David Schwartz, said on Twitter a couple of things about PayID. It can do so many things. And he said, PayID provides human-readable payment addresses for crypto payment systems. PayID provides a single destination address for multiple cryptocurrency and fiat payment systems. PayID gives cryptocurrency companies a way to meet regulatory requirements such as the travel rule, and PayID can provide cryptographic proof that payment was delivered to the correct destination. This in turn means that PayID will remove the complex barriers such as crypto addresses that have hindered adoption by being a bit complicated for potential users. If crypto payments can be simplified to a level to sending an email, crypto adoption will grow, and so shall XRP, which is a pretty good conclusion that, of course, I reached myself, but I still think that has a bigger benefit on crypto as a whole because, well, a lot of people in the world want to buy Bitcoin, but they don't know how, or they don't know how it works, or they might not be fully convinced yet that they should, but in the back of their head, they want to. And I think that if PayID here comes around and really fixes the buying barrier, then a lot of people will hop in, which of course in turn will be a lot of money into Bitcoin, which will flow into a lot of coins like Ethereum and XRP. However, one of the things that may happen now that addresses have become simpler is that they might buy XRP and Ethereum and some other coins directly, which might also decouple all these coins a little bit more from Bitcoin because, well, Bitcoin is easiest to buy. By far, it's the most popular as well. And to then change your coins that you just bought into some other coins is again another complete hurdle because then you would have to get different wallets as well. And it's a pretty big process for a complete newbie. Now, possibly with these newer addresses and possibly also with some better functions to make everything, easier. Yeah, again, also a little bit more accessible for smaller, what are they called, vendors? Yeah, it could be that this is going to be very, very big for XRP specific as well, which, again, is very much to my liking. Further, the PayPal Bitcoin news isn't entirely bullish, Kraken's CEO explains. To quote, "My understanding is that they're going to allow buys and sells of crypto directly from PayPal and Venmo. They're going to have some sort of built-in wallet functionality so you can store it there." Now, if we move a little bit further, it may not be entirely bullish. There's still a centralized choke point, and the government will continue to commandeer the financial system for extrajudicial sanctions and not your keys. So, yeah, one thing I must admit from all of this is here what he said. Believing that the company will change their policies on account closures, though, is naive, though, as Powell further explained, yada, yada, yada. And it might be that, again, some things are going to get closed, that your account might be foregoing to a little bit more of a closure, simpler. And just one thing I must admit there again as well is that the best places to store Bitcoin and crypto in general are always places where nobody can close it for you, where you're always on your own. For example, if you hold it into a wallet that also allows some traditional stocks, so a lot of people do that. I don't really like that because what happens then, I'm actually talking about exchanges, what happens then is maybe if some debate rolls out or they find you suspicious, they'll just close your account and maybe something will happen to your money where you have to, fill in a lot of papers first. If it's on your computer or on a hardware wallet or things like that, nobody can close it, which is, of course, a very amazing part about it. But also, if it's on PayPal, all your Bitcoin or all your money, they can close that as well A lot more scams are going to be available then as well. And also they'll have a lot more control over what type of money you have, and they'll know a lot more about you, which of course is the bad side to it all. Jimmy Sung said here, PayPal is going to allow people to buy Bitcoin. PayPal is the company that froze WikiLeaks' account and put Bitcoin on the map back in 2010. It only took a decade for this to come full circle. PayPal supporting Bitcoin will be amazing for adoption. However, don't expect PayPal to change their policies on account closures. They're still a centralized choke point, and the government will continue to commandeer the financial system for extrajudicial sanctions and not your keys. Which again is something to think about, guys. It's something to think about. But alright, last one was how Chainlink and Cosmos fit into China's Grand Blockchain Initiative, but we'll leave that for another day. Thank you guys all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. Take care.